Bansir, a chariot builder, often felt trouble with his poor life, and there was barely any day when his wife didn't argue with him, which made him quite upset. Once his friend Kobe, a good musician, came to meet him and asked for 2 coins, to which Bansir turned him down. They both expressed their misery and their vision about their ideal life to each other, and how they would achieve big dreams if they were rich. Being disappointed with their current life, they both headed near the lake to discuss about this and what could be done to fix their lives. Kobe reminded Bansir about their friend Arkad, who just arrived in the town and appeared quite rich and was told that he is the richest man in Babylon. Bansir and Kobe decided to meet Arkad to find out how he got so rich and wealthy. Kobe asked Arkad, "How did you manage to get so rich? Even though we were in the same grade and did the same things, how did you become such an honorable citizen?" Arkad replied by saying, "You either have failed to learn the laws that governs the building of wealth, or else you do not observe them. You need to learn how money works and how wealth magnifies itself if treated right." Arkad tells that there are 2 types of learnings, one kind being the things we learn anew, and the other being the training in real life that teaches us. Arkad starts to describe his life and how he made it to where he is now. Arkad was labored at clay records and was making clay tablets. One day he met Algamish, who was in a hurry to get his clay work finished. Arkad agreed to finish his work on time, but in return, he requested Algamish to teach him about how to become rich, to which he agreed. Arkad got the work done on time, and Algamish did as promised. He said, "A part of all I earned was mine to keep." Algamish says that people pay others in form of purchases and taxes, but themselves. And he suggested Arkad to save some part of his pay and keep it aside as his first priority. Arkad sincerely followed Algamish's advice and made his expenses selective. He made himself follow that advice without even thinking consciously and made it his habit. After some time, Algamish met Arkad and asked whether he followed his advice. Eventually, he was glad that he followed the advice with heart, but he was equally disappointed of Arkad's financial moves, as he was dependent on people who weren't qualified for the things Arkad appointed them for. Algamish gave 3 advice to Arkad and made him follow it, and after a couple of months, he met him again and found it pleasing that he followed it sincerely. Arkad followed 3 of Algamish's advice. First was to live upon less than he earned. Second was to seek advice of the expert people. Third was to figure out ways to make the saved money to generate more money. Looking at Arkad's spirit, hard work, and his competency, Algamish offered him to work under him and later made him his heir. And this is what Arkad described. After hearing all this, Bansir and Kobe appreciated Arkad's willpower to practice Algamish's advice and how lucky he is to have a teacher like him. To this, Arkad made a point. It was never about willpower, but it was about what you truly desire with your life and how badly you want it. When the joy of having something is more than the pain of losing something, then you make yourself walk on tough roads. Bansir and Kobe were inspired with Arkad's lesson and good insight, and promised to follow the advice Arkad received from his teacher, in a hope that it'll improve their life in a better way.